Automation has gotten a cozy makeover in the early access debut of Oddsparks, an automation adventure. Now don't let the word cozy throw you off, because while this game brings the cozy vibes, it still has combat and adventure that will keep you hooked for hours. In this video, I'm going to be giving my first impressions of this game and giving you a rundown of what the game currently is like and what we can expect as it continues to develop. Without further ado, let's grind this game down and see how it brews. Oddsparks has a pretty captivating story that drives the gameplay from the very first moment. After something mysterious crashes into your shed, you'll find yourself caught up on an adventure of a lifetime, exploring the history of the ancient monuments and the magical sparks. The storyline is driven by quests given to you by various townsfolk and is very much a play at your own pace kind of story, and a lot of it is driven simply by exploring and finding different ancient shrines. Each part of history you find or uncover allows you to unlock new things in the game, so it definitely goes hand in hand with the gameplay. Oddsparks doesn't just have a magical storyline, but it also has some pretty magical gameplay too. While the game is primarily an action-adventure game in terms of story, the gameplay is combined with an automation side that is incredible. You discover the cutest little sparks who have different functions in your automation setup. They can transport materials along pathways, essentially being a cute version of conveyor belts, but they can also cut down trees, dig out rocks, and take on creatures in the Oddsparks world. There's a bunch of different sparks you unlock progressively as you explore and complete different quests, with each one having different capabilities, strengths, and weaknesses. Alongside your sparks, your buildings are the other part of the automation equation, and you have a range of different buildings you progressively unlock made up of a few different categories. You have your resource collection building, like your loggers that collect logs. You also have your processing buildings that can turn materials into different things, like turning logs into planks. And you have your crafting buildings for crafting sparks, as well as other resources used for different things. You can build pathways that connect your buildings to automate your production lines with your sparks. And this is where the fun and the challenge comes in, as you need to work out how to connect your buildings in the best way and make sure each of your buildings has the right resources to produce the items you need. You need certain items to complete quests, as well as certain sparks to be able to take on certain creatures or harvest certain resources. So you can definitely spend a lot of time setting up ideal production lines to get the maximum resources possible. The mechanics of this game are pretty solid and feel well polished even in early access. You can expect a little bit of lag when the game autosaves, which is nothing new there, but otherwise I didn't run into any issues that weren't of my own making. The only thing I wish could be an option is turning on a left-hand mode for those of us who live in places where we drive on the left-hand side of the road, because the amount of times I got confused by the right side of way was actually embarrassing. The design of Oddsparks is absolutely adorable. All of the elements are so cute and well designed. I love all the different sparks, they are just adorable. And the different biomes are well differentiated, and the creatures you find are just amazing. The music definitely sets the vibe for the game, and the sound effects are great, especially the cute spark noises. The game currently sits at about 30 hours of playtime, with more to come. There's currently 2 biomes in the game to explore, but they have said that there is more coming. But apart from that, the devs are keeping the roadmap pretty close to their chest for now, so we will just have to wait and see what they have in store for us. Oddsparks is definitely a game that does not feel like an early access game. It just feels like a game that doesn't have all of the content out yet. There's already so much amazing content in there, and with more biomes to be added in the future, this is definitely a game you can sink a lot of time into. Would I recommend it? 100% yes. This is a game that is well worth the purchase in early access. That is a wrap on this first impressions video. I'd love to know what you think of Oddsparks. Will you be picking up this game in early access? Let me know below. Until next time, stay caffeinated.